Hi, I'm the Reverend Phil Capu, and I am a certified church growth planner, a planner for non denominational Christian churches. And we've taken a lot of flack lately. There's been some failures down in the Springs. We had a church with 21,000 people, and the pastor was caught committing adultery with another man while high on meth. And people don't realize that church leaders like that are usually slipped under the carpet. But in this case, the prostitute that he was with went to the press because he recognized the pastor at the church on TV denouncing gay marriage and denouncing relationships and denouncing homosexuality. So when I go into a church that really wants to grow, I'm not talking 200 or 300. I get their main motivation is to grow up to 1,000. That's kind of the board standard of megachurches. And there are many megachurches. We all know Joel Osteen, no L, and he talks kind of funny. He's got a little bit of a southern accent, and light always bothers his eyes, but he teaches prosperity, and there's other ones out there. Jerry Falwell was my favorite church to counsel because he ate so fucking much. When you go there, that's what he died, 20, 30 years prematurely because of cholesterol and diabetes. And he he would preach so hard against the sins of the flesh, fornication, greed, envy, and never consider the sin of the flesh of gluttony. And it was almost a joke, and these guys are all getting fat. Dick Dobson, before he was kicked to the curb, was also had a heart attack, and the heart attack was from bad food and bad diet and non-exercise. So it's a tricky thing. You don't want to go as far as wearing a tracksuit, all around like the Reverend Al Sharpton used to do when he was 100 more pounds overweight. But you want to tell them to tell the audience that they're fit and therefore they're qualified to preach against the sins of the flesh. And there's no way you can preach against the sins of the flesh, says C.S. Lewis, unless you have credibility. And C.S. Lewis said the sins of the flesh are nothing compared to the sins of hate and murderous thoughts. We forget about that half. We just concentrate on the sins of the flesh, and then we can get our congregants to start feeling guilty. And when they start feeling guilty, that's when the money rolls. And that's when you get new people. And they come back guilty every week. They always feel worse going out of the church than they did going into the church. And we have to continue this cycle of depression and madness and worry and scrupulosity and fear. And we keep that in the back of their minds. Eventually they'll leave, but if you get them for 5 years, then that's, if he's a roller, then you get him for 5 years. Alcoholism, same thing. We never kick out an alcoholic because we know he's going to be coming back for more. So I just counsel all of you to see if you're feeling better going out of the church on a regular basis than you did going into the church on a regular basis. Thank you. Fucking thing won't turn on.